Hi, it's Nancy, and I'm here with Kathy, and we're both from Between Two Mediums. And today we're talking about grounding because I hear the word a lot. And I remember in the beginning, I didn't know what the heck grounding was. And I think it's so important. I know you do too. And today I thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be a good idea to talk together about what we do, how we ground in order to have to feel better as we transition out of our reading and go into everyday life.
Yeah, and I think grounding is also important for people going to an event, going to any kind of healing event. It could be something that even if you're not the one doing the work, you're the one receiving it. It's an important thing to consider. So let's start off though with what is grounding? Because people are like, well, that sounds like a fruity tooty word. So quickly, grounding is just reconnecting with yourself. Grounding is just bringing back the attention to your your presence, your where you are in this present moment. It's being, in the now. It's just getting yourself back to that state.
Yeah, feeling like yourself again. And I was
Yes.
saying before we started that we're both teachers, and I know Kathy, you're probably like this too, but there's a lot of energy when you're in the school with the kids and the teachers and the emotions. And when I come right home and go walk inside right away, and my husband starts asking me questions or my daughter is telling me about her day, it's too much. And I found that I really need that transition time and to just sit in my car in the silence and just get back
Yeah.
to make that move into who I am. And that's just what grounding is just recentering and refocusing
Right.
and getting yourself right again.
And I think we do it
Or
in
moving
everyday
on.
life at different times in our life. We just don't call it grounding. We just
Yeah,
call it taking
exactly.
a break. Let me just get back to things.
Exactly.
So we wanted to talk about um what we notice if we don't ground,
Mhm.
right? So like it's just a quick little thing. Like I notice when I do a reading and it's most readings like but really deep reading, like when you're really into it, um, afterwards I can just be jittery and like kind of spacey afterwards. It doesn't feel like I'm like lost for a period of time. I'm very aware of what's going on. It's not like anything weird, but without the grounding, it makes me feel jittery. What about you, Nancy?
Yeah, I definitely feel a buzz when I'm the reader, but I remember at the beginning that I just felt disconnected is the word I'd use, like kind of out in the ethers, like not fully back into who I am. And it just I don't feel settled. I feel uneasy. Sometimes I know if I don't close the records, that's the thing with the Akashic records, you close the records. I just feel like the energy isn't mine. It feels off is the only way that I can explain it. It just doesn't
Off
feel
is a good
right.
word. I
I
ran
just
into
don't
a
feel
wall
centered.
once.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yes, tired too. Like I'll pass out, like, and I just don't feel right. It's yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah, and just to clarify, I ran into a wall. I walked into a wall. I did not
oh,
run in my car into the
oh,
wall. It's not that bad, but you just feel off-centered.
yeah.
So what are some things that you do then, Nancy? What are some habits that you've gotten into that you do to help ground yourself after a reading or after doing any kind of spiritual work?
Yeah, I my go-to is going for a walk when I can. If I can take my shoes and socks off and go in my backyard, I do that. When we
Hmm.
go down to like Annapolis, I go outside afterwards and just walk down to the harbor, looking at the shops, feeling, the brick. That's one of my favorite places, and just sitting in the water and feeling that energy, just being quiet,
Hmm.
and grounding with the earth is one of the my favorite things. Um,
Yeah. Well, and I've gotten into the habit of just stopping wherever I am and kind of noticing what I see outside. So I notice if I see the
Ooh,
trees, the color of the tree, the color of the leaves, if there are any leaves, even the different shades of the bark. I tried to focus in on, I guess I like nature and I love trees and seeing outside, but looking at the status of whatever season it is, looking at the grass.
oh, I
Um,
love that.
some people walk in the grass it brings your attention to what is here right in front of you,
Hmm.
where you are,
Yeah,
and it helps to bring you back to your own,
yeah.
be connected with yourself again.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
sometimes I've also had to I've showered. The act of showering, if you can,
Always,
the
yeah.
act of showering after a reading, you feel like, I mean, it's so, I don't know why, it just puts the attention back on you, but you just feel like you're washing everything away and it's like a new start, it's a new beginning.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. And I just envision like all of that energy just leaving me and going down the drain. It's really a quick reset.
Yeah.
Or, at the end of the day, just so that you go to bed without like with a clean slate almost.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
I love that.
I'm gonna call you out here. I've noticed you after doing some of our readings, you wash your hands.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, I do like to before reading and after reading, I like to wash my hands. It's just symbolic of clearing the energy and just feeling the water. I'm a water person. I love to be near the ocean or creeks even. And just feeling that connection with water is so therapeutic and grounding for me. And I'll even as I'm I'll make a cup of tea, pick out like a ginger tea or chamomile tea or whatever. And while I fill my cup with that, I also just run the water over my hands. So I kind of do that at the same time. And then I just sit with my tea and am quiet. I find that really grounding when I'm just like just sitting with my thoughts and just sipping my tea. And I do the Reiki thing where I put my hands around the tea and I say, I'm filling this cup with peace and gratitude and quietness or whatever. And I just imagine sipping that energy into me as I'm sitting there quietly a lot of
Yeah,
times in the dark
there's lots of
without any
different
lights or
ways.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's lots of different ways that we can do this, that you can
Mhm.
do your grounding, and it can be for anything that comes up in life that you feel like you want to recenter yourself.
Right.
Some people lay and just lay down and feel like their body as they go down, pay attention to their head, their shoulders, their arms, feel their fingers, feel their legs. And you kind of go
Yeah.
down that way or do some deep breathing. But I think it's an important skill to have. Um, I think it's an important thing to do,
Mhm.
to always bring your energy back to you.
Yeah. Some people like shaking or dancing. Writing is also, I forgot that one, but that's if even the act of writing and just getting your thoughts out can kind of
Mhm.
recenter you and ground you as well. But yeah, grounding is important. We'd love to hear your ideas. If you have other ways that you like to ground, go ahead and put them in the comments and share because that's what this community is all about, supporting one another and learning different ways. I love Kathy's like the little details in the leaves. I mean, I might try that next time because that sounds easy and quick to do and helpful. If you'd like to learn more about our events and happenings, don't forget to go to betweentwomediums.com where we put everything there as well.
Yeah, so we look forward to having you check us out and asking questions or following us for our next little tidbit that we're going to throw out there. So thanks so much.
Thank
Until
you.
next time.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.